Morning everyone. It was nice two presentations and both of them have a lot of similarity. You notice whenever you become pure, saintly, you become like a child. And that is the origination with which we all started. Retention of that is education, is our learning process. Not to get bogged down with, that, I am. Notice, children don't have that. Babies don't have that ego that I'm doing 40 years old. It's not possible. In this journey, this is why we have started this school, where they have to be, the question was asked to the group of monks, very famous monk, Vivekananda's team. What is it that one thing that makes you not okay, makes you suffer, makes you have sickness, disease, poverty? What is that one thing? And almost all the monks said, it is the desire. It's the desire. So that desire is what you and I thought, and so did the monk. But the teacher said, no, it's not the desire. We said, how? What is it then? And he said, it is fear. And that is what is exactly what we're trying to do over here, that the children should be fearless. And if you're fearless, you will automatically utilize your potentials, you would be able to become an entrepreneur, you'll be able to create great things. And notice, Guru Nanak Ji, he was like a child. And notice what's his realization? Ek naam. Ek Omkar. That all of us are one. Let us understand this. In order the children, there are 3 kids who often come. 3 girls. First thing in the morning. And they come and start pointing at each other. So this one did this and this one did this, and everybody. No, I didn't do it and she did it. And so I tell them, okay, come here. Close your eyes. And now they know the game. By now this must be 4th or the 5th time they got it. As you close your eyes, they start giggling. First time, they were wondering, what is it? I told them, close your eyes, face each other, raise your hand. So they raise their hand. As they step forward, so they step forward, they touch each other's shoulder, and they give a big hug. And you should have seen the children. They started bubbling, laughing, giggling, all that complaint vanished in just 1 second. And that child from the within generated. Where did this complaining and things of that start off? If you look carefully, it comes from you and me, and the parent, and the television, and the screen time. So you and I have to become the model. You and I have to establish that fearlessness, truthful. Establish it within you. Don't say, I'm a sinner. Me. I'm so much of it. Listen, we all have garbage. But it is a sin to call yourself a sinner. There is a very famous statement in Vedanta repeated by Vivekananda again and again and again. Every saint had a past. Every saint in the past was a sinner. But they traveled and they became a saint. In this, I shall deal with it more. Where did the Vedanta come in? Yours and my understanding, until and unless with clarity, that's why we keep talking about I being with Vedanta. We just parrot like we say it and we're not very clear. See, whatever we learn, whatever becomes our knowledge, Knowledge comes to us through three ways. This is Vedanta. Okay? The first is Pratyaksha. We see, we perceive. We taste, we perceive. We touch, we perceive. We hear, we perceive. Five senses. Have you noticed there is a lot of similarity with the animals? Animals have only that. Five senses. And have you noticed we all are being driven by these five senses and we are running out. Why? Because the world is out there. The animals are running. Why isn't Jurassic Park dinosaurs are all running? It's not T-Rex is chasing them. Tyrannosaurus Rex is he also runs. It's the five senses. It's called the reptilian brain. I'm combining Vedanta with the Western science. That is called Pratyaksha Jnana. There's something called Paroksha Jnana. Paroksha Jnana is you can't perceive it with your senses. So let's say atom. You don't know where is atom, you can't see it. You can't see air. So how do you know they're there? So do the science does. They do tests, whether chemistry or biology or physics or whatever, and they make deductions, synopsis, hypothesis, and that deduction comes in and they prove it. In Cambridge, there are two rules which are not even 50 steps away from each other. The whole world woke up because of those two rules. One is Stephen Hawking's quantum theory, and the other one is the genetic. How did they perceive? Paroksha Jnana. Paroksha Jnana is also, don't get bumped. Okay? Paroksha Jnana is also our religion. We read books, we have made promises by our spiritual leaders that if you live rightly, that if you do these processes and if you do these rituals, you will go to heaven. Where is heaven? Up there. And you will be enjoying this life. And Paroksha Jnana comes, in this case, in their words, deduction, hypothesis. Here it is faith. You and I believe in that faith, and we sincerely follow it, and it does change. You will be surprised, a world study shows those children who go to the temple and church and mosque, they become better human beings and better students and better learners. So, Pratyaksha, Paroksha. First is Sthula Drishti. Pratyaksha is called Sanskrit Sthula Drishti. Paroksha is not Sthula, it is Sukshma Drishti. Fine understanding, observations coming. Most of our world is today between these two. There is another one. In most religion, everybody is trying to prove God does exist. You remember, you and I remember my old question. I used to ask, how can the earth be round? I can see earth is straight, flat. I had asked this question. I used to get confused. Which is what? Sky is blue? Which is blue and which is green? So my teacher told me something very simple. He said, sky is blue, grass is green. I have not forgotten after that. So what did the teacher do, like you and I are supposed to do? Known to unknown. From here to far. From what is to what shall be. That's yours and my job. What is known, from there take them to unknown. But there is something else. And that's called Aparuksha Jnana. Pratyaksha, Paroksha, Aparuksha. What is Aparuksha? It's called Tattva Drishti. What is that? Vedanta saying, do you have any doubt that you exist? You have doubt about atom exists, God exists, you need a nuclear something to see it within, to see the nuclear reactions. You can't see how the aircraft is thrusting forward, where is the jet, where is the energy coming from. You have to study and understand. But Vedanta is saying, do you have a doubt that you exist? Atma Jnana. So, this is where Vedanta is coming in and telling, show to the kids that they can. They are. And you and I think we are the waves, but the waves has to realize we are not the waves, we are the water in the ocean. You remember Hari, the lion story I told you? Born amongst the sheep. He grew up believing I am a sheep. He used to play like a sheep. He used to be totally misfit because he was huge. And other sheep stopped playing with him. Have you noticed some of our children like that? They're muscular, they're bigger, they're temper, they're hyperactivity. And other sheep will go and bulldoze with their head. He also used to go and do that. And then other sheep naturally will go falling down because he was so big. Then came another lion and showed it to Hari, you are not a sheep. And that is called Tattva Drishti. You as a teacher supposed to show them what is to what shall be, known to unknown. That who you are is supposed to show it to them. And that is called Tattva Drishti. Discovering who we are is education. It is not just cramming up certain facts and data. And that cannot happen until and unless they are fearless. Thank you, teachers. Both the team did very nice, and Shadowman, thank you. You touched upon it now. Fearlessness. Swami Vivekananda is saying, owing to undue domination exercised by the parents and teachers, our boys do not get free scope for growth. Undue domination. This is how you will do. So there was this child, he came from another school. And in the new school, small child, 3, 4, 5 years old age. And teacher said, okay, let's do something. Let's make a little plant with flowers. Let's do that. So everybody did it. So this child who had just come, he also painted. But he painted the flowers green and the leaves red and yellow and blue. And teacher came and smiled and laughed and looked at it and made a mockery out of him. And he says, you fool, leaves are not red and blue, they're green. Flowers are red and blue. So he shook his head and he started painting. And soon enough, he became one more like you and me. On the other hand, he was creative. He was wanting to do something. So notice the link. Paramahansa Ramakrishna is walking with Mathur Babu. And Mathur Babu says, you say everything is possible in this Tattva Drishti. In this hibiscus plant, there was a red flower. And there was another hibiscus plant with a white flower. He says, can your Tattva Drishti make in this one tree red flower and white flower both coming from one stem? So Krishna said, if you can perceive it, believe in it, it is possible. So he laughed, Mathur Babu. They went away. Next morning again they had gone for a walk, and it was now Mathur Babu's time to wear a heart attack. In the same tree, in the same stem, there were two flowers, one was red, one was white. Just like you heard just now what Guru Nanak Ji said. So traveling from understanding who you are, Mano Buddhi Ahankara I'm not my mind, I'm not my intellect, I'm not my ego. I'm something else. That journey, if you and I can take up little, you can. You may not understand much of it because it takes a lot of time to understand, but if you know it is the truth, and if you chew it, everybody's telling you can. The same child can become a child. Believe in that. What is it? Parenting and schooling is discovering that secret power from within the child, from within your own self. Stop calling yourself sinner. You are brilliant. You can do it. But you have to believe in it. You can be very kind. You can be very loving. You can be caring. You don't have to walk around with your nose up. You're only making your life miserable. Don't. Be like that child. You have a nice children. Beautiful. Thank you.